My name is Ryan Prince, and my project is Operation Math Assist, and it's just basically video tutorials of math lessons. What did my project actually do? My project was intended to provide an additional resource for students who don't necessarily have someone to help them with their math work at home or in other places outside of the classroom. So what I wanted to do was to be able to provide a resource that is detailed and also directly related to what they were doing in the classroom. It's a lot like how Khan Academy, you can watch videos on Khan Academy and you'll get a breakdown of how to do different math problems and different lessons. But a lot of times those videos don't directly relate with what we're doing in the classroom. They're not exactly the same. They're similar, but they're not exactly the same. And students who go home and maybe they want to check their own work, they might look all over the internet trying to find a video that's similar to the exact same work we're doing in the classroom. And depending on what that is, they might struggle on doing that or might not find anything at all. So I wanted to kind of cut that time out of them searching around, make it real easy for them, so those students who really want to succeed and want to do the best they can, they're not limited. They can go ahead and they get that gratification by watching the videos just from what I've created. This has become even a bigger deal now that we are practicing our social distancing with coronavirus. We've been able to move forward in lessons, a little bit more smoothly because my students are already used to watching the videos that I create that explain how to do different math concepts. That way, we're not just sitting there spinning our wheels. We're ready to go. We keep moving. Now, we're not moving as quickly as we would in the classroom, but we're still moving along over here at Lawrence County. How's it work? How this works is I will determine if a video needs to be made for a particular topic. I'm not going to waste, putting a bunch of different videos out there for students that is just basic math skills. I don't want to bombard them with videos and just, overwhelm them. Whenever I see that there's a need, or if I expect there's a need, I'll go ahead and make a video, and that's typically for the more higher level problems. Now I will do some lower level problems with it as well whenever we review study guides and things like that, but I don't want to just every day it's like, all right, I posted 6 videos for you to watch. They're not going to do that. So they need to know that it's going to be important for them to do that. And so I'll take those problems that I need to make a video with, I'll put them on to my app. I use Explain Everything. It's really, really good app. It's great for explaining things and doing whatever I'm writing on the screen. They can see that and hear my voice to explain things at the same time, which in math is a big deal. I won't be able to do it without something of that nature. I'll take the video, then I'll upload it to YouTube. From YouTube, on my YouTube channel, I can post that to Google Classroom, or I can also put it on my own personal site. This is what it looks like. This is a video I made during the second week of our social distancing, and we were getting ready for a little quiz that we had to do. We had to do a little learning target check to make sure students are understanding what we're doing. This was adding and subtracting rational expressions. We'd done some of that in class, but we never got to actually take a little quiz on it. So this is what that was. Hey, use this if you need to. It's just going over our study guide. We had a study guide. I picked like 3 problems out of that, I think, on there for this video that were 3 different types of problems, and they could make sure that their work was done properly. So this is kind of what a video would look like. You can see
this problem, the denominators are the same, so you pretty much.
This problem is a little bit of an easier skill level, so I started with that. I just kind of went in order of different skill levels. This one, the denominator was the same, so all they had to do was combine the numerators. But as you move forward, now we've got the denominator still the same here, but now it's a binomial instead of monomial. That throws some kids off, so I wanted to make sure I hit that. And then we have some problems now to where the denominators are different, and all this.
As long as I multiply the top and the bottom by the same value, then the.
And as I'm walking through and writing stuff down, I'm explaining it as well. And then, of course, this would be one of our higher level problems.
But it's going to allow me.
Still not that bad because it's just adding and subtracting
so all I have to do
rational
is distribute
expressions.
3 into the x plus 5.
But they've got each type of those problems. Now, I like to keep my videos short, but in this case, I was going over a study guide. I didn't want to have all kinds of different videos going on and something get lost in the shuffle and then a kid miss a problem because they couldn't find the resource to study that problem. So in this one, I kind of put it all together, and then students know they can kind of click through the video and go to the different types of problems that they might be struggling with because they've got the study guide in front of them. They know what the study guide is. Actually, I think I did go ahead and do the whole study guide on this one. I did the whole thing, put it on a video, and this was after they had a chance to actually do the study guide themselves. So they already saw if they got the problem right or wrong. And in case they didn't know why they got it wrong, if they did, this video shows them a walkthrough of everything that they should have done correctly. This is just a little screenshot of the geometry portion of the site that I built to actually put all these videos on together to give kids a resource, whether they're studying for ACT at the end of the year or whatever. If they just want to review on their own, they can get on there and do that. This is a geometry screenshot. This is from the quadrilaterals unit that we did back in like November. And so I've got parallelograms, rectangles, and if I would have scrolled on down, I can't scroll on this as a screenshot, but it covers all the different quadrilaterals and their properties. Same thing with my Unit 2 quadratics from Algebra 2. I think there was 13 problems on that study guide. It was a common assessment. It was a unit test. So in that one, we had a lot bigger, a lot bigger study guide. And on this one, I broke all those down because quadratics are a little confusing for kids. So I had some that needed help with number 2, some needed number 7, number 8, number 9, whatever. So I broke all those down individually in this case because it was a bigger test and there's a lot more content. How did this impact student learning? This impacted student learning a lot with my students, especially now that we're social distancing and you're at home. But even before, I have those, certain students who really, really want to focus on making sure they're doing things correctly. Well, rather than them asking me a bunch of questions in class and it's just to confirm that they're doing something correct, a lot of times now, if I've got videos on it, they'll watch the videos at home and they got that reassurance before they ever come back in the next day. So what that allows me to do is I can help students who maybe don't have internet access or something. It keeps me from spending all my time saying, yeah, that's good. Yeah, you're doing that right. Yeah, because they've got reassurance. They don't have to worry about it. They're not stressing as much. And again, with the coronavirus that we've got going on right now, it's really giving them a resource that directly aligns with what we're doing in class, and that's always a great thing. What did I learn doing this? I learned that some students will use every single resource you give them to succeed, and I've seen that. I've seen students who don't really even need these videos, but they like to watch them because they want to make sure they're doing things correctly. But then I also have students who really, really need to watch these and be able to learn a little bit extra outside of the classroom. Some of them's just stubborn, they won't put the extra work in, but then again, some students don't have the internet access. So if they don't have the internet access at home, they're still benefiting from this because these other students who's putting the extra work in, they're not dominating my time in the classroom. When you've got 30 kids in a class, they're not throwing that hand up, hey Miss Prince, is this right? Hey Miss Prince, did I do this right? What did I do wrong here? They know what they've done because they've seen the videos, they've seen how it should be done, and a lot of times I've seen them pull it up in class. That way they can just kind of pop a headphone in and kind of pay attention to it. If I see a little headphone in, I'll go over and see, are they listening to music or are they watching me? And a lot of times they're watching me on videos. Now sometimes they are watching music, I gotta stop them on that, but it's a losing battle sometimes with high schools, but for the most part, they do a pretty good job. I've learned that my videos need to be short but thorough. I don't need a 20-minute long video to do something that I can do in 4 minutes. But I don't need to have 4 minutes and it be 4 minutes of waste of time either. If I got a 4-minute video, it's a video that I'm explaining things as quickly as I possibly can to them. That way, you know, they're getting all the information that they need. But I'm not shortening anything either. I'm giving them all the information that they need. If they need to slow down to work on something, they can hit pause and kind of work along with the video if they need to. But if they click on the video and they see it's 15, 20 minutes long of a video, they're not going to watch it in the first place. 3 or 4 minutes, I can give them to watch it. Let's see, I always ask students if they need an additional resource. If I think, hey, these kids, some of them are struggling, I'll ask at the end of class, do y'all need a video on this? Sometimes, you know, they do, sometimes they don't. But if it's a key thing that I know they're probably going to need, like when we started our lesson with the quadratics, I knew those kids were going to need extra resources. I had those videos made up before class. That way, whenever I ask them, hey, do y'all need a little bit of this? Or if they ask for a video, I can shoot it out at the end of the classroom or at the end of class time instead of waiting until that night to make a video or the next day or whenever I could on my planning. So I've planned ahead. I know they're going to need it. I'll have it ready to go. And what that does for students is they see that I took the time to do that before I even knew if they needed it or not. Before they even asked for the work, I've already put the work in to have that for them, and it goes a long way. You know, they respect that a lot, and it's great. All right, well, that's all I have for you today. Thank you. My name is Ryan Prince. I'm with Lawrence County High School, and just want to personally thank KVEC and everybody else involved in making this a reality for us. This is funding that we otherwise would not be able to have to do something that's really great, and especially in a time like this. My class